And we are live.
Yes, sir. We are live, and I still couldn't get the tweet out in time. You know what it is? I'm gonna have to just tweet this out at least 2 hours before I get onto this because it's like me trying to do it like 10 minutes before, and it's not.
I was doing it right now. Like I'm looking at the countdown as I try to like get this tweet out, and I make sure my grammar correct and shit.
Yo,
The Mo
for real,
gonna
I
fry
think
me and not. Like
Bro,
I hear you. I hear you, bro. I hear you. But
Hey,
yo, we
look.
back, yo, chat.
Yeah.
We back. We are back,
Yes,
man.
we
It's been
are.
a long time. It's been a long time. It's been a long time, man. Last week we couldn't do it because of scheduling conflicts and just tech issues. But we are officially back. ATB Josh, ATB Shom. Usually you do your thing, you know, Gerb, that type shit. Like you bring your like, yeah.
I was letting you do the intro, so I didn't know. I was just
like,
like,
but yeah, that's what I'm saying.
so
Let's
like,
shoot, bro. Let's shoot. Like that's what I'm trying to pass it to you, bro. Like,
I bet. Let me.
like you let me down like Carl Anthony Towns, bro.
Oh no, trust me, he didn't let just me down. He let the Knicks down. He let
everybody down.
But you know, I'm still proud of him for what he did. I'm still proud of him.
I don't know if I'm proud or not. I got nothing but zesty stuff getting sent my way now because of that. Like people can't still, like my boy Trap House Gamers who was in here like I think the last episode with Chris.
Oh, shout out
sent me
Trap
nothing
House,
but AI stuff, and then it's got zesty stuff with Cat, and I'm like, bro, like just like let me mourn, bro. Let me I'll tell you when we bring our special guests because we do have special guests in the building today.
Yes, we
I'll
do.
tell you
Yes, we do.
When we bring him up, but there's some other stuff that Matt Cat got me mad about. So, but as further ado, man, it's your boy ATB Josh, ATB Shom. We hit you with the countdown, aka show them what you want to call it. And you know, we did our countdown, but we got to hit y'all with this intro as well.
You are now listening to After the Buzzer, a weekly podcast about the National Basketball Association, keeping you up to date on the most popular trends and stories within the league and everything basketball. Now, here are your hosts, Shomer El Ben Yisrael and Joshua Counts.
And with that being said, I gotta do another one because I just love that. That's so. Woo! Damn, I love that. Oh man. But Josh, let's bring in our special guest, man.
Yes.
This guest right here, this guy, Mr. Aiden Butler, man, you don't understand. Like this is my guy right here when I was at Rome. You know what I'm saying? The class, the Air1 pod. I done got my man ATB Josh to get on there too. So every time all three of us did an episode together, it was super duper special. But shout out to my OG host right here, Aiden Butler. My man, what's going on? Hey, how you doing, man?
It's been a long time. It's been a long time since we've all been together under one screen pretty much here. But it's nice to be able to be back all together and talking hoops at the end of the day, even though we are on completely separate parts of the United States right now.
Yeah, my boy done turned a new leaf and went out west.
Yeah, out here in the Midwest in Iowa.
He not west, but he was
west.
No,
my bad, Midwest. There we go.
Central time zone. I was telling Josh before we started, kind of elite because like tonight, the game will be over at like 10:30. Yeah, compared to you guys for like, you know, maybe midnight or something, depending on how long it goes, of course. But that's a plus. After sports game ends, you still have like, you know, 2-3 hours before you can go to bed. Things like that's pretty cool.
Okay, that's that Midwest.
That Midwest time. That's that. I think that's Central time.
Yep,
I gotta be
that's Central. They like an hour behind, so they get all the good. They ain't. I think like that's a sweet spot. You ain't on a dot like here on the East Coast, and then you ain't 3 hours behind like in the West Coast, like LA and stuff.
3 hours would be too much for me.
Like you like right here in that sweet spot, like 1 hour, 2 hours behind. Right there, I could watch my shows at like evening, get my dinner while I watch my programming, then like chill for the rest of the night, the next 2-3 hours, and call it night. Versus like, you got rush over here.
Something got to make up for those tornadoes, bro. Like you got to have like some type of like, you know, something got to make up for that crazy ass tornado alley, man.
Like the tornado.
There's not, for where I am specifically, there's not too many that'll come close to me, but there definitely is. Like I haven't heard any sirens yet. That's when you really know. All right.
Do you get the warnings on your phone though?
Yeah, but like they're usually like 50 miles out, 75 miles. They're not really going to come towards the city too much, but in other parts of Iowa, they'll run through a little town. They can get legit.
Okay. So yeah, that's like I said, like, hey, you want this good time? You got to deal with these tornadoes. So
Yeah.
eat this corn. Deal with tall
Winter
people.
is freezing as well, by the way. Just a little.
It's cold. So it's cold in that.
Out
Oh,
east.
yes. We had in November. This is kind of crazy because it was November.
November.
There was a 3-week span in November where the temperature didn't get above -5 degrees.
Damn.
It's no joke out here. It's like I was saying earlier. It took me a while to adjust.
Does it get hot out there like it does like on the East Coast sometimes?
Yes, it actually is a lot more humid than you would think out here. Has to do with some of the agriculture and things that they grew out here. But it does. Like this week, it's actually been pretty nice. It's been like 70s all week, so you can't really complain. But it'll once we get to like July, it'll hit 95 for a few weeks. Oof. Yeah, for sure.
You gotta get that humidity. That's a tag team right there.
Yeah, it was.
Hey, I'm just glad I don't have 90 ACs included in rent. I don't got paid for it, man. It's included in the rent.
Can't blame that. Shout out to
fact.
Shout out Drake.
Shout out to that. Yeah, you definitely got right, man. But man, you want to get right to it, man? We just gonna get right to it. Do anything else we want to talk about real quick? As your green screen is coming apart. You look like a skit right now. Look, who did that skit? Was that Drake? Drake saw that skit from somebody. You doing it right now, bro. Green just coming apart, and then you just see the whole life in the back.
I know you're not supposed to see my life resources back here, but that's what happens when you don't strap down everything. Pause. But,
hey, do I have something for that?
My
I don't think I got something for that. No, I don't got a pause button yet. I got to add the pause button. That was kind of crazy, yo. Strap down.
Hey,
all right, man. Let's just get to what we all want to talk about. We wasn't here last week, so
couldn't encourage the to be fucking lost.
Like, I just put it as GG Thibs. I mean, there's nothing left to talk about, bro. Oh, wait. Before we get to that, in fact, before we get to the GG Thibs, man, GG Thibs.
That's so bad.
I'm also pissed at this squad, right? So I'm really hyped thinking that we're gonna beat this Pacers team, even after we lost game 1 and game 2. What you gonna talk about as well? I made a bet with one of my students at the school, right? Like,
Lord,
greater that. Not no money bet, nothing like that. Of course, I ain't gonna gamble with the little man.
All right.
So I've been like, hey, yo, bro, when we beat the this is actually the math teacher to set this up, because the math teacher was going at it, and then he just chimed in. So tomorrow as we have the field day. It's like this big party event for the entire school. They have the rest of the day off and all that. They just party.
Right.
And we got like bounce houses, rock climbing games, and face picking. So the bet was if the Pacers beat the Knicks, I gotta get my face painted with the Knicks colors. I mean, not face painted with the Pacers colors, right? Now, so I'm like, all right, bro. I was like, yeah, I bet. I'm still confident we're gonna win this series. Like, I'm betting him, like, yeah, bro, I bet that we're gonna beat y'all. We're gonna beat them. Not even a Pacers fan. He just want to antagonize. When they lost, bro, I was praying that every god there's out there. I said, I hope this little boy don't remember that bet, bro. For 3 whole days, as the week of June Jamboree is coming up, right? That's the event, June Jamboree. I am like, yo, I think I'm out here, bro. He ain't mentioned that. He ain't gonna mention it. I think he forgot the bet. Matt, they've been busy with testing, so I think he forgot this shit. Man, why this dude come up to me? He's like, yo, how about them Knicks? I was like,
oh, yeah, man, you already knew.
I was like, and this is on low key. I ain't gonna lie. I'm pissed. It's like, I'm not getting my face painted with Pacers color, bro. I'll get my hand. I'll get the logo painted on my hand. I'm not getting my face painted.
Nah, you got to see it through, bro. You got to see it through. You can't. You got to see it through, bro.
I'm not doing it. No. I was about to say something. Like something that Lil Yachty said and created. No, I'm not doing it. Not with the Pacers, bro. I'm not doing it, bro. That hurt me, bro. That hurt me. And with that being said, GG to the Knicks. They are currently, they was at a party yesterday, from what I heard, after being eliminated from the playoffs.
All those pictures, yeah.
I don't know what the hell they're celebrating unless they get
the Knicks lost to the Pacers in 6. I don't got nothing. Like, man, I can't. I'm trying to keep this PG, bro. I'm really trying to keep this PG. I'm trying my very, very best to keep this PG.
I'll tell you this right now. Fuck the PG shit. Okay. Fuck. Because at this point, I couldn't believe after game 1, I mentally was just drained.
Bro, I
was so mentally drained after game 1. It's like, bro.
Yeah. The entire day, the next day, I'm getting hit with the choke.
You can say you lost it in game 1.
It was so corny. It was cool, but it was corny too because of the way that it went into overtime. You should have done it when they won the game. It went into overtime. That's why I don't respect. That's why I said it's corny. That's why I said overtime. And we still freaking lost. We still freaking lost. Then game 2, you would think, all right, we're not letting it.
They got blown out in game 2.
Bro.
Yeah, game 2 was a rough watch.
Game 3, you would think there was hope. Just a little bit. And specifically, Josh, you said it. You was like, let Cat run the show. We let Cat run the show a little bit. He does a little better than Brunson. Just a tad bit. That's if he not in
And that was game 3. I think I was at Mo crib. I think that was, what was that, Memorial Day weekend game 3? I was at Mo crib for his cookout, and I was like, I ain't watched the game till like the 4th quarter. And this is like, I'm just hearing it and here seeing it. I'm thinking like, oh, bro, Brunson got like 5 fouls. Cat not playing. I said, yo, bro, it's over. It's 1, 2, 3. I was like gearing up for 1 through 3 Cancun. I just said, I'm done. This team is done. This is over. They're cooked. Lo and behold, Big Purr does his thing, starts hitting some shots. They survive. They lose game 4. And I said, all right. Then I was like, all right, bro, just don't lose in Madison Square Garden. Just don't lose in Madison Square Garden. I don't want to see finals confetti in New York City, and it don't belong to us. You win in New York City convincingly. You beat the brakes off them in New York City.
So what the hell happened in game 6?
Them boys got tired, man.
Them boys got tired.
Them boys got tired.
Like, them boys got tired. That's the story today. Them boys got tired. They don't got a bench. By the time they used the bench, it was too late.
We have a bench. Yeah, they ain't
that,
see the damn floor all season. That's the problem. We
like,
had a bench. Let's
like Thibs didn't use the bench.
Right? How Precious? They did Precious like they did Jackson.
Precious should have been on the court more.
Precious should have been on the court.
Like, yes, Mitchell was great, but there were a couple moments in there where you could have used Precious' size, and he doesn't shoot the 3 ball well, but he still has it on him a little bit. And he can shoot free throws better than Mitchell as well.
And Cat's defense was just atrocious that entire season. Your Cat was getting abused by Miles Turner on God.
Those petty fouls that he would have. Oh my God.
I just like
it will bait him into the fouls. Like, it would be off like Aaron Nesmith, smaller than him, at least 3-4 inches smaller than him.
Is it Nesmith? Yeah, he's not Nesmith.
No, I remember because they showed the replay on this bullshit.
And I was pissed. Don't get me started with him on game 1 too with the 3-pointers, bro.
And I told him that was never happening again.
Pulling up from
Aaron
like
Nesmith is a nice player, but that was never happening.
Bro, I thought I was watching a dark-skinned version of Steph Curry. I was like, yo, what the hell is happening here right now?
There was a TNT after that first game in the interview with Chuck and all them. Naismith was like, after my 3rd one, I was like, when I put my 4th one up, I was like, they're still not guarding me.
I was like, if somebody don't switch or double, like chase him off the ball, like
Josh Hart chased him. He chased him and he busted his ass. Remember, he fell off of the screen, and then next thing you know, he hit it. He was chasing. It was like, yo, our defensive stoppers weren't. I'm not saying they weren't being defensive stoppers, but they weren't being the defensive stoppers to their fullest ability. You know what I'm saying? And Josh Hart and OG Anunoby. That's the only ones I'm really talking about because that's really.
And OG the only one that showed up in game 6. Let's not forget. Everybody else didn't show up.
OG, I've been telling you they needed to give OG more offensive responsibility because of how
I think
he is.
So as well.
Yeah,
I have many questions about this all season. Like, we might as well just transition to congratulations to the Pacers, but at the end of the day, fuck the Pacers, fuck Reggie Miller.
The enthusiast in me says congratulations to the Pacers, but the basketball fan in me says
fuck
y'all.
Fuck Halle Bond, like fuck.
Yo,
that shit is funny, but it's like, bro, like, yo, I can't take that, bro. I can't take seeing that image, bro. Like, now we gotta watch this garbage ass finals, bro. Like,
it's not, but Josh, I told you
it's not garbage. It's not reality. It's garbage.
I'm actually excited about this finals, but I'm just like,
we'll talk about that too. There's a reason why people think it's garbage, but I'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, at the Knicks offseason plans, listen, I think when they lost game 6, I immediately said on my Twitter, Tom Thibodeau is done. It is over. And Shomer, you've been with me by probably all season 2 of ATB. What if I said I think it's Tom Thibodeau's last year? Now, when we had Chris on, I was pumping the brakes. I was like, let me slow down. Let me slow the car down just a little bit because he's been winning the playoff series. He beat Boston. Granted, Jason Tatum did win down, but you beat Boston. You beat Detroit, which was a very good and entertaining series and tough because Cade Cunningham is a future star. And if not a superstar in the making, and JB Bickerstaff is coaching the hell out of them boys down there, but they also didn't have Jaden Ivey as well.
When Jaden Ivey come back, that's gonna be a different team.
I like who the homeboy called Young Draymond. They ain't have homeboy I like to call Young Draymond as well. They ain't have him. He was hurt the entire series.
Oh yeah, Isaiah Stewart.
Yeah, I call him Young Draymond. Like
he's good for 2 things.
Fighting. 2 things. What are the 2 things? I just know fighting.
3 things. My bad. Defense, rebounding, and fight. There.
Okay, I was about to say, I only know one thing. Just fighting. I don't see him. I don't see a highlight of him scoring, dunking. Like I barely see any of that. I just see fighting.
They get you 8 boards now.
But all right. So you beat Detroit, you beat Boston, and one of my mutuals, Jet. When he's one of my fighting game mutuals, like he always be getting on me because I play modern controls on Street Fighter. He's been playing Street Fighter since he was born. He played classics, right? And he a Detroit Pistons fan. He talked about like, yo, y'all was not built to take on Indiana at all. And he was right.
Okay.
And he's right. Yeah. And I didn't realize it too. We're not built to take on Indiana. We were built to take on Boston in Cleveland.
I have heard
that is it.
I kind of agree with it a little bit.
And when we beat Boston, we saw why, because we were built to take them on. Cleveland were frauds. So they got a whole bunch of question marks as well, but we'll talk about that a different day. When we ran into Indiana, we were thinking, oh, we ready for them because we upgraded from last year and we took them to 7 games last year while being hobbled going into that series. Bro, they weren't ready. They're not built to play them. We talking about a squad that uses. We're talking about a squad that uses the entirety of their bench. They can shoot, spread the floor, run up and down the court, score fast. They could put up 100 and they could put up 40, 50 points in a quarter in a blink of an eye, and we witnessed that.
That's facts.
We can't if we try to keep up, and we did try to keep up, but as soon as they would try to get the lead to 10, gone.
So right next to it. Yep,
gone. Like they be down 30 again. And Tom Thibodeau's reluctancy or inability to play his bench. So now Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart got to play 40 minutes of it's just suicide. It's just when you play the pace, it's just suicides.
Was game 4 the first game when he actually played Shamit in the
lineup? Yeah, I think it was game 3 or 4. Game 3 or 4. He switched. He switched Josh Hart out.
Yeah,
I think he put Mitchell in game 3 or 4. I think that's when he put Sham.
It just took too long.
Should have been in that series from a long. Yo, he has playoff experience at that.
He's a lot too. He's been around for people forget. Like he's been around on some of these teams for a minute.
Remember that crazy ass Warriors? Remember the Warriors team back then? Like when they had KD in them?
Yeah.
And then remember that Clippers team that beat them in that game? He was the one that hit the shot to give them the lead to beat them.
He's been on some playoff teams and giving them a lot.
Bro, that's why that's why I was just like, I don't thoroughly agree to saying that we weren't built to beat Indiana because we had the depth. The coaching style is what really fried us at the end because it's like, yo, when you really look at it, the Knicks have a deep team. We only drafted Tyler Kolek and there's this one other dude. Deuce McBride comes off the bench, so it makes your bench a little bit more deeper. Deuce McBride, Precious Achiuwa, Landry Shamet, DeLon Wright. There's somebody else on that team that I can't think of right now. But, yo, that's 4 players that just named.
Again, inability. His inability to do it. His inability. He I'm gonna let Aiden go. Then I'm gonna let
majority of the season for the Lakers, and he didn't get 1 minute in those playoffs when they desperately.
I'm gonna let. Well, we saw what happened with that too. We saw what happened to that too.
Same.
I'm gonna let Aiden go because I have something to say about this Tom Thibodeau mess. You already know my feelings about it.
When I will say I was actually I was leaving work when the notification from Shams came across my phone, and out loud I was like, "Are we serious?" But
wait, real quick, just throw this little monkey wrench in there. I seen a post like the day before posted by Bleacher Report that said Tom Thibodeau's job was safe in New York.
Saw that too. Yeah.
So you know, okay, go ahead.
I think I saw that one. I think I saw that one.
I was personally,
but that's never not true. Go ahead, my pal.
Yes, which I have something to say on that, and I feel like that Luka trade is bringing a new time into the NBA with some of the things that
I don't care what they say. Your job is never safe, bro.
I mean,
like we in a new era of sports. Like no one's job is ever safe.
Off note, real quick, Raptors fired Dwayne Casey after he won Coach of the Year.
Yes,
we've seen that.
Mike Budenholzer won a championship for the Bucks and got fired. I think that year or two later.
Budenholzer,
yeah. Like that's what I'm saying. Like yo, like no one job. I don't care what they say. Like they saying that for you to make you feel comfortable. I guess in reality, bro, like they already know that yo, we dropping you the moment the season ends.
I was a bit shocked when it did happen. Personally, I did think because of You guys this year, I don't know if Knicks fans were planning on being in. I don't think Knicks fans were really planning on beating Boston. So then I can say you really weren't planning on being in the Eastern Conference Finals. So this year,
we didn't really know how it was going to go depending on the regular season.
Yeah. So this year, I feel like the Knicks just a little bit, not a lot. They just overachieved just a little bit. Of course, realistically, they should have beat the Pacers. We can agree they should have beat the Pacers realistically, but not a lot of people had them in the Eastern Conference Finals to start with anyway. But I did think Thibs was going to have, like one more shot to give it a go. I thought he was going to be able to have, just one more year, but those days in the NBA are done. If they don't except some spots like OKC, Dagnall, for example, I'm going to say groomed, but they literally did groom him for the job he has right now. Like he started in the G League and things like that. But I was a little bit shocked when they decided to give Thibs the axe, but I will say I kind of liked afterwards that the whole team being in the club or whatever. I liked that it was actually the whole team. Like nobody, like it's not like Jalen wasn't there or anything. It was the whole team as a group, which you guys have probably never heard a Sixers fan say this anyway about the Knicks team, but I actually did like that little aspect about it. But the Knicks team, this whole team's going to change. Well, not the team, but like their whole.
There'll be changes. I think there'll be subtle changes because we're going to talk about like possible because we've been hearing rumors of what they're going to be doing. Obviously, they need a new coach. Before I get into that though, with the Tom Thibodeau, I wasn't shocked. The moment he lost that series, I said, this is it. This is over.
He's been saying that since the Detroit series.
I've been saying it. I think, the only thing I would have saved his job is he would have to win the NBA championship. In my
Detroit was 5 games, right?
6 games.
6 games.
Oh, every series was 6 games. Every series was 6 games.
I didn't know Detroit took y'all 6.
We about to talk. What's up, Trap? What's up, Trap House? We gonna Trap. My boy Ant just gave his pick. Pacers in 7. We're gonna talk about that like in the next segment. But right now, we gotta talk about this Knicks fiasco right now. But what I was saying. Oh yeah. So when he lost his job, I immediately told myself this is that their only option, and Chris agrees with me with this too. So I'm going to be speaking for Chris here. The only option is Mike Malone. That's it. That is the pick to me. That is the pick to me. I know they've been throwing out a bunch of names. The dude from the former coach from Memphis that got fired before the end of the season. Mark Jackson been thrown out there. Sam Cassell. I think he needs more of a younger team, in my opinion, like that's trying to develop. I think when you look at the Knicks, they are a championship contender. Hey, look, even Ant, my boy Ant said Mark Jackson needs to be the new head coach. I'm 50-50 on that though, Ant. Not to say he can't do it. I believe in Mark Jackson. It's just that I don't know if the management believes in Mark Jackson. And especially with his tenure ending, there's a reason why Mark Jackson hasn't had a head coaching job. There's been stuff about them, whether you like him or not. There's been stuff like they don't want him in the office, and not in the office, in the coaching ranks.
Yeah, they don't want to, even in the broadcasting booth. You would have thought he got another job,
bro. Yeah, he didn't get another job yet as a broadcaster.
No, nope.
I thought he was a broadcaster again.
He does YouTube stuff now, basically.
Yeah. Wow. With Cameron and Mace doing their they had because they were bringing on sports people for their sports segments.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, so he was on there for a little bit.
I thought he was working for ESPN Radio or New York Radio, MGM, with Monica now.
I did see a Chime commercial with them though, so he's also doing.
So he's making. He's gonna get back in there. Where
he's still around.
When, but
I am shocked. If did NBC pick their broadcasters yet?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, or Mike
Amazon?
Tirico.
Okay.
The youngest son of Ian. I can blanking on.
I know when you're talking about the one that's been killing over during the Olympics.
Yeah, he's good.
Kevin Harlan. He's going to Amazon. Yeah, I don't know where Reggie's going. I don't know if Reggie's going
to ABC
or not.
Oh. ABC. He's with ABC with Carmelo and Dirk.
Wow, I'm surprised. I didn't know Melo.
Yeah, Melo. Well, I think it's NBC that's also got Michael Jordan doing broadcasting again too.
Yeah. Which we don't
know. I don't know if he's gonna be. I don't know if he's gonna be in the studio or he's gonna be on air. But I think he might be. One of them is going to be a studio analyst, but one of them is going to be
D-Wade NBC as well. I know D-Wade.
D-Wade is NBC.
D-Wade is with NBC already.
Yes, I know that.
Yeah. So they're bringing. I mean, they got names. They had to because after what you did to TNT, you had to bring in names.
Yeah, you had to bring some big names.
Doris Burke is one that not a lot of people
What happens? So I know we try like diverting from the original conversation. What happened? Like I remember the Dordesburg train being so loved and now it became a hate train. When did that happen?
I don't know
why did it happen?
I swear the hate
It
train
was the past couple years, honestly.
Yeah,
everybody hate Dordesburg for some reason. I'm like, I actually like Dordesburg.
Yeah,
I like Dordesburg too. I think you know what it is. It's like specific bias fans. So like, I think somebody was like, I don't like the way that she talks about Jason Tatum because she glazed Jason Tatum crazy every time. So they said they don't like when she called Boston games. I think Boston itself, it got to be. I think it's just that. Really,
I do know that she did make one. Was it? I don't know. Was it with Wemby? She made a comment. It was like I don't know. Wemby. She made like some kind of World War II joke or whatever, and it did. Like I saw a clip of it, and it did not go well with the audience. Yeah, it did not sit well with the audience. So there was rumors that they could remove her because of that.
Damn.
That's I forgot who. I mean, I don't know who it was. Maybe Rudy and Joker, but it was not did not sit well with a lot of people. That's all I know.
Fuck it, bring in Malika Andrews.
I mean Malika, I guess, but I don't know what they're gonna do with for that. Like it's all over the place, which is interesting. Which I'll keep my close eye on that. Well, yeah, back to Thibs. Yeah. I knew Thibs was done, bro. I knew Thibs was done after that, and I was like, yo, Mike Malone needs to be the new head coach. It seems like everybody wants him to be a new head coach. But my thing is like, why are we acting shocked that Thibs got fired? Is it because he made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, helping the Knicks get there at first time in forever, or is it like you feel bad?
Yeah, that was my reasoning right there.
Because I'm just like, bro, I legit watched Thibs get exposed by Rick Carlisle, bro.
Like, I don't know about exposed. Yeah. I think you know what it is. It's two great defensive teams going against each other, and one just happened to be better at offense.
What was the defense for the two who's supposed to be a defensive-minded coach?
We have three defensive stoppers on that team. We got Mikal, we got Josh Hart, and we got OG.
They weren't stopping anything.
You're right because of remember what I kept saying about the Indiana Pacers? This is the same team for about like 2-3 years ago that was really praised so high for their pace and their scoring ability. Because they were one of the highest scoring teams in NBA history in pace offensively. So when I'm really thinking about it, I'm like, wait, they didn't really make too much crazy changes onto this team. All they really did was upgrade him Pascal Siakam and draft a couple of people.
And
on the
showed
team.
Up and he balled out, bro.
That's it. This is still the same freaking roster that was that historic team that was deemed historically great for their pace and scoring.
Well, so you gotta know that.
About it, I'm like, this is why we're in the predicament we're in now. We're going against a historic like team. Not they are historic, a historic like team, but if they win this NBA Finals, they are a historic team. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
To me, it's like I feel bad. Of course, I feel bad because he did help the Knicks get to the finals, but it just to me his coaching style doesn't work in the playoffs. His inability to not use the bench cost
at least when you run up against teams like that. At least,
yes. What was the issue in Chicago? Reason he got fired? His inability to use a bench. When he went to
they have no bench, but they didn't have no bench in Chicago. He had a bench in New York. After that 5, who was that?
What did he have when he was in Minnesota? He had Jimmy Butler, Cat, and he had a bench.
Those were what was that? 20.
That was 2017.
27 Wolves, 2016 Wolves.
That was 2016, 2017 Wolves because that was Jimmy Butler. Jeff Teague talk about his stint on that damn time all the time. So Jeff Teague
has been like low key everywhere. Like
yeah. I didn't realize important part. I really like and shout out to Jeff Teague and 520 man because that he really has been everywhere in every.
Was that the 2016 or 2017 Wolves? Hold up.
It had to be like the 2016-2017 season, so it had to be the 2017 playoffs.
Because I can't remember the 2017.
If it wasn't 2017, then it had to be the 2018 playoffs.
Yeah, 2017, 2018. Aaron Brooks and Jimmy Butler, Jamal Crawford.
Jamal Crawford was on that team.
Jamal Crawford was on that team. I've just pulled it up too.
Tyus
Jones, Derrick Rose.
Yep.
Todd Gibson.
Wiggins.
Yeah. Like you had Wiggins. Like bro, like what are you talking about?
The Wiggins wasn't coming off the bench. That's what I'm saying. Like if you
he wasn't coming off the bench, but you still had players on that team that was good enough on the bench, and you didn't use them. You're known as this, like yo, bro. It's so your coaching style is so famous. Even the broadcasters joke about that. Yo, you're probably not gonna play 9 guys.
Yo, they were saying it was like, yeah, they couldn't believe it. It was like, wow, he played 11 guys today.
If you guys would have ended up winning that series against the Pacers in 7 games, what it would have been, you would have had what I think 2 or 3 days between then and the start of.
And they would have got smoked by the OKC.
OKC would have kicked.
They would have got smoked.
But I saw my
they would have got fried.
But that's the thing.
Straight gutted, filleted, and grilled fried.
If you were a Knicks fan and you thought that if we made it to the finals and we had a chance against OKC, you're delusional. Beyond that, dude, more delusional than the typical Knicks fan itself.
Crazy part is I thought we might have a chance because I do look sometimes put myself in that delusion because I always think we got a chance. Bro, the way OKC did the Timberwolves, Russell, they would have ended the Knicks in 4, bro. That would have been an in and out. That would have been an in and out series for them.
Josh, you honestly think we had a chance going? And I hate to admit this because you don't understand. My boy's a Thunders fan. Do you honestly think we had a chance of beating?
Not till I saw bro, I really watched how great they were. I said, oh man, because again, I'm riding on the hype. We just beat Boston, bro. Anything's possible at this point for the Knicks. We just beat Boston. Anything's possible for us.
Came back down 20. What?
Twice
against Boston, and then once against.
And we came back down 20 against the Pacers, which I also said to a lot of my friends, and Ant can speak to this. The Trap House Games can speak to this. I say, yo, at this point, the Knicks are the winter soldier. When they see 20, that's they code word. That's their keyword. Lock in. Down 20. Lock in time.
I mean, hey, bro. Like I said, the Knicks had a great season. I already told you how I felt when the Cat trade came about. I was like, if we don't get to the finals at least once, this was a waste of a trade. They got to the Eastern Conference Finals in their first year. I'm just hoping.
Yeah.
I'm the Trap House. I understand. You laugh at the Knicks pain. I get it, bro. I get it.
No. He's the one that's sending me all the AI stuff and talking about Zesty Cat, bro. He's like, yo, Josh, is this your man, Josh? Why he run like that, Josh? Like
something I was glad about Cat during that series was that he actually did say, hey, I know what I have to do. I got to put my head down, sometimes get to the basket. He was a guard in high school, which obviously helped a lot, as you can see, as he's driving to the basket. Mm-hmm. But I will be honest, he was not getting a lot of calls. He wasn't.
And I'm not trying to play the ref. I'm not trying to blame the refs, but I only watched that series. I was watching Cat literally get mugged down under the rim by Miles Turner, and there was no call.
Violated. Like, not just them, motherfucking whoever was guarding him when they did the switch off. I'm not gonna say Pascal because Pascal was busting everybody ass. Right?
Put his head.
Jeez. Oh my gosh.
Yo.
Yeah, I gotta get the sound effects. I gotta get the sound effects for the pauses and AOs. I gotta add those. That was kind of crazy. I was too locked into the conversation.
I'm about to bring the book to the ATB pod. I don't want to do it, but I'm about to bring the book to the ATB.
Bro, you can't talk around this dude, bro. You can't talk around Ant, bro. He gonna always put a pause on everything. But
yeah, to give an overall synopsis on the Knicks season, like I said, I didn't expect that I get what you mean, Aiden, by overachieving, because yes, we didn't expect to beat the Celtics.
Oh yeah,
because of what happened in the regular season. So I give you that, but
still should have beat the Pacers though.
Still should have beat the Pacers.
No, we definitely should have.
Nothing in the regular season matters anymor. You can't after what I just seen. Nothing matters anymore. Not nada. It don't translate the same. It just don't.
We shouldn't have beat the Pacers, but after the first 2 games, psychological blow, game 1, I was sick with the choke and the 14-point drop. It's just like, bro, I
horrible record at home too.
Yeah. Oh my God, I forget the home record. Madison Square Garden was not a place to win for the Knicks. They definitely were better on the road. But they just were the better team. We got out coached. We had the better play. They had the better. Now, I'm not gonna say they had the better players. They just had players that knew how to make shots because we don't have no shooters on our team.
They got a hell of a shooter.
Mikal Bridges' outside shot to me looks non-existent. His fadeaway though from the mid.
Oh,
perfect. That midi from the fade. That midi was perfect. But no outside shot.
18 feet.
I'm going to put some blame though on Brunson because I noticed this a lot too. There's a lot of ISO ball with Brunson, man.
Offense was getting started way too late.
Like, bro, they didn't pass the ball to second 5 seconds left.
Yep.
It's just Brunson dribbling the ball.
But you can give the Pacers a little bit of that because they were hounding him the moment that ball got inbounded. They were on.
Did you watch Game 6? Game 6, they put a body on him the moment the ball went under the rim.
Yes,
they say, "Yo, full court press on him."
Yes, and I believe it. And it was working. It was actually working. Says Knicks starting 5 is better, but once you get 6, 7, 8 on the bench, it gets spooky for the Knicks.
Yep, exactly. Once you have Obi Toppin and Benedict Mathurin coming in, where both of them could get 15 a night, you don't know what to anything.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
Who could run Obi Toppin? Who could run the floor and hit an outside shot too?
Yo, but the thing is, we knew what we were giving up in Obi when we had to trade him, bro. It was like you had to trade him in order for him to be better because he was going to get better on the Knicks.
What was in that deal with Obi when he got traded?
Was that
I wonder if that was the OG Anunoby trade.
That might have been the OG.
That might have been that
three team. Because I think it was a 3-team deal. Because I was about to say that was part of the Cat trade, but it wasn't. It makes me wonder. All right. So because we are 35 minutes and we still got to talk about game 1. I do want to wrap it up real quick with the Knicks offseason plan outside of getting a new coach. So we've been hearing rumors of Giannis possibly going to the Knicks, KD possibly going to the Knicks. Obviously, we know I think they need shooters. I think they need some shooters, bro. They need some shooters and they need people who can. They need to get Brunson off ball more too. So you got a lot of question marks. So I'm just going to start with: do you think they should go after KD and Giannis if they're available? Because you're going to have to trade. You're going to have to trade for them, and you're going to have to give up pieces. Which one of those pieces probably going to have to be Karl Anthony Towns, if not probably Josh Hart. Probably both.
There's for sure 2. I'll let Shomer go, but there's for sure 2 people that if a trade does happen, will not be on that roster next year.
Who would not be on that roster? I'm curious.
Cat and Josh Hart
and Mitchell Robinson would.
You think Cat will still be on the roster?
Yeah, they would try the best to make. Well, it depends on what type of. If we're talking KD, from what I've seen, his prices went down a little bit.
I think Cat will go. I think Cat go if they try. I think Phoenix will take Cat.
But if you get Giannis, you're losing more than that.
Okay. I'm gonna bring up Len and Ian in a sec too, but Ant that make a good point that Giannis doesn't fit with the Knicks in my opinion, and I agree with that. I think Giannis will fix some of the defensive holes with the Knicks. But the offensive ability isn't there, and especially so Brunson is going to again play more iso ball, and Brunson's more of a ball dominant point guard, which Giannis doesn't play well with. Like Giannis doesn't play with a ball dominant point guards.
And then Brunson be holding that ball too much. He needs to no Brunson trusts his players.
I wasn't even.
I don't think
it's not trust. I just think he just it's like it reminds me of it's the opposite of Melo. Melo didn't feel like trust his teammates. Melo just shot the ball because he only relied on himself. Brunson shoots the ball because he's the only one I feel like he had. Not they don't have like the team has offensive game. He the only one that he just holds on to the ball too long and just try to be superhero.
It's not even that. Nobody's freaking moving. Everybody's mesmerized by the fact that he's doing this ISO shit and he's doing it at this height. Like he has impeccable footwork that he could be a big man. He's a big man in a guard form when it comes to his footwork. You feel me? Especially when he gets down to that post.
I agree. The Knicks don't need to blow up the team. They don't need to blow it up.
They off the bench and run back. Knicks is no good. No, I'm saying Knicks is good. No need to blow up. That's true. That's if we get a Giannis. The whole team's gonna get blown up.
So Giannis is. So what about KD? That's the thing. And I thought more about that because I don't think they need KD, but it's the opposite of Giannis. Where Giannis fixes the defensive hole, KD fixes the offensive holes. But he's gonna be better defensively than Cat. Especially if we get rid of Cat.
There's more holes to fill around when it comes to Giannis because you got to put more of a team around him more than you got to do with KD.
I agree.
KD, you got to get like a couple pieces. With Giannis is not necessarily a certain system, but there's a certain players you have to.
No, there's certain guys. There's a certain system. It's literally a certain system. Giannis is not a plug and play player. Giannis is I got to build a franchise. Around, I got to build my team around you from the ground up type player.
Exactly, and that's not something I'm willing to do if we have to get Giannis. If I got to do that to get Giannis,
understandable.
No, I don't need that.
And I don't think that's gonna be interesting where Giannis goes if he decides to leave Milwaukee because it's like
it's not happening.
Y'all don't really need Giannis, man.
Yeah, I don't think Giannis. I came out of this series again thinking we just need Mike Malone, bro. We just need a coach.
Need a coach and like at least one more player, at least one. I like our team. I just need a very good, if not great bench player, bro. Like someone that can really like come in and get buckets when Brunson is off the floor, and because especially if you're gonna keep Cat on the floor while Brunson is off court, like you need another Quentin Grimes. We should have kept Quentin Grimes.
Hey,
Quentin Grimes,
I like Deuce McBride, but I'm just stop it. Stop
He's coming off the bench next year. I'm expecting 10 points.
Quentin would be the one, bro. I'm glad Quentin was that one. Quentin was the one that could get the buckets, bro. Create his own shot type shit, bro.
But we seen it in the G League. He was going off his second year in the not the G League. The summer
who
league.
also have been good too?
He averaged 22 points with the Sixers at the end of this year.
Wait. You also know who else would have been good for that too? Dante. Dante can help get the points. Run.
I ain't gonna lie, he might make his way back to New York if Rick Brunson.
I low key at this point, I do want Dante back, and I say, yo, Rick Brunson, just apologize, bro. Whatever beef it is, Joe, just apologize.
It's not even apologize. They might get him up out of there just like they did Thibs. They said some players on the team. There was a report they're saying some players on the team that don't even want to.
Because usually, when the head coach goes, that includes the whole staff too. But I guess it's a little different when your dad is, or when your son is the main player.
I mean, they hired his dad to get him too, so that's another thing. Remember, they brought him in. They brought his dad in before. They brought his dad in before they brought Brunson in. That was the pitch, I guess. We get Rick Brunson. We're gonna get Brunson, which everybody thought was like stupid and crazy and juvenile.
I still thought it
worked. It worked. Brunson's an MVP candidate damn near every year.
All right, so what's the last point on this whole Knicks series, so we could talk about the meat and potatoes of this episode?
I think that's it. Like, I think we talked about like just the fixes that they need. Can they run it back? Which I believe they can run it back. Can they get back to the Eastern Conference Finals? I think they can. Me, my boy Trayvon, and I disagree. I tell him this is why I tell him that we can, because the East is wide open when you think about it. Like Jason Tatum, especially with the changes probably coming to Boston, and there's rumor that San Antonio Spurs GM Greg Popovich, shout out to Greg Popovich with a phenomenal coaching career. Unfortunate and because of health issues, but he will be now managing the San Antonio Spurs basketball operations. He's making a play, yo. He's like, yo, I got De'Aaron Fox, I got Wemby. I'm about to go get me possibly Jaylen Brown. So there's rumors that Spurs could be making a play to get Jaylen Brown. Boston's already came out and said there will be roster changes. I assume that's just mainly probably going to be Jrue Holiday, maybe Kristaps Porzingis no longer be on the team.
For sure.
Jason Tatum is not coming back next year. That is it was an Achilles or ACL injury?
Achilles.
It was Achilles. He's not coming back to the 2026, 2027 season. And there go Mo, get D Fox off the Spurs. That's interesting. I got to talk to him about that.
And Mo, that really goes based off who they draft, bro. You can't say that goes based off who they draft, because if they would have, like I said, if they would have took that Rob Dillingham, that's all they.
Hey Mo, I'm not that mad at that. Stephen Castle is
because like what the fuck?
Stephen Castle's coming into his own down there.
Yeah.
Look, that's great for Minnesota, but they're not getting no playtime. Reed Shepherd.
It messes it up. No, that messes it up bad. So that is a interesting thing they got to figure out over there.
What
I was saying. Dang, I just lost my train of thought. What was I saying prior? Shoot. The
Eastern Conference basically how it's wide open.
Oh yes, Eastern Conference is like it's anybody who wants it at this point, because. Yes, Cleveland had the number 1 seed this year. Yes, Cleveland looks like have a great team, but let's all spade to spade. They frauds, bro, in the playoffs. They're frauds. They need to figure it out as well. What's going to happen with that team? Donovan Mitchell, me and Mo had this conversation, and even Chris said it. I don't think Donovan, you can win. I'm repeating what Chris said, paraphrasing, that I don't think Donovan Mitchell can win a championship being the number 1 option. Even Mo said that. Even Mo stands by that with the Donovan Mitchell take. I was kind of like 50-50 on it. I want to give him more time to see. But going back to the Utah series, Donovan Mitchell has not always Donovan Mitchell has has made it to the Eastern has made it to our conference finals at all in his career. He always loses in the semifinals. I'm not shading on that. It's just something you got to take a look at. And it didn't work. He was the number 1 option back in Utah as well. And granted, yes, he did have Rudy Gobert, but it didn't work out as they thought.
Yeah, it seems like as long as he has to take 30 or 35 shots for you to win the game, they need somebody else there that
and that's my boy Mo. So I can't. I had him look up too.
Oh my god.
Oh hell, he got his answer. Trae Young.
On the show
the Trae Young and San Antonio Spurs thing has always been been in the air for the last 5 years. I want to say. And
on paper, they work together. Of course,
they do work together. Trae Young and Wemby work way more together than D Fox.
Trae Young may
it would have, but y'all making it seem like D Fox a bum. What's going on?
No, we're not saying D Fox a bum. It's just like it doesn't mesh. Like one
I'm
was
not
better
saying
than
he's
the
a.
other.
I don't think it. You still gotta give it time. It hasn't even been a year. That was a half. Same thing like
And it
Jordan.
was
Like,
a half. It
Jordan,
was.
like,
You're right. It was
right.
a half a year. It
You're
was
right.
a half a year. We got to see what happens next year. But I'm
and
just
then we
thinking.
got, it's still a lot of factors you got to include to it. Same thing with Cleveland. Cleveland got most of their players, or not most of their players, because they were moving throughout the season. Remember, DeAndre Hunter, that's a major move they made in the middle of the offseason. They got rid of Karis LeVert, one of their major bench scorers, and they got rid of was it George Niang?
I think it was
Sent them
Niang.
both to the
Yeah,
Hawks.
It was George Niang. So those are two. That was one of your best shooters, because Max
former Sixer right there, Jordan Niang.
Just saying. And then you got another
I don't
prolific good. You don't miss him. You don't miss the minivan.
We're all right. Hey, he did well for us in those corner threes. Thank you for his time.
Jordan Niang or Paul George?
All right. This is Paul George. All right, guys. Paul George has not been what he needs to be, but
obviously
not compared to George Niang. All right, guys. All right.
Oh man, we're not about to do this right now, because if we do, we're
that's
gonna end
funny.
up being the Sixers. We're gonna be on the Sixers the whole episode.
We would not be able to get to the game one at all, man. Dang.
No, hell no.
All right, finish what you were saying.
But damn, I kind of lost my train of thought. I was just saying, basically, within those teams, like I did lose my train of thought. I don't even know why I was gonna pretend like I remember.
You was talking about Cleveland and DeAndre Hunter.
Thank you. In-season trades. Very hard to just make that turnaround. Like, remember, the only time we seen something like that when it happened with an in-season trade or in mid-season coaching thing was when LeBron James, they won the chip, they got a new coach, brought in Ty Lue. So it's just like this. There's only so much inevitability that can really work in those situations. Give it a whole year after the fact, still don't work, trade him. Yeah, but you can't just like.
So is that your mindset? Is that your mindset for Cleveland next year? Is that they have to see a whole season?
Because the one I can't forget throughout the broadcast, and shout out to Stephanie Reddy, because she's a great broadcaster for reporting this. The fact that she was talking to the head coach and he was saying how Kenny Atkinson had high praise for DeAndre Hunter, how he was so well acclimated to the team so very quickly within that short period of time. He acclimated to the defensive sets very quick, because that's also what he's known for. He can be a good two-way player, but offensively is the part that really they were impressed about. Not only the fact that he picked up with the IQ of it, which was the best part, but he's just picking up on everything. He's like a little sponge. So he was getting used to the stuff, but he wasn't integrated fully. You know what I'm saying? Like how the rest of the team was, like how Karis was being on that team since the Brooklyn trade, like how George Niang was ever since. I don't know if he got traded or he signed there, but you know what I mean? They weren't fully acclimated into the team compared to like guys that just got there half of the season. You know what I mean? So once you get there and you have a full season or a full like 6 months into the season, and once that works out,
all I'm gonna say is they got punked by a light skinned dude, bro. They got punked by a light skin.
Look, a lot of people got punked by the light skinned brother. This
like the dude came out of nowhere and just punked them, bro. Like straight up punked them. Like they put belt to ass to Cleveland, bro. I honestly felt bad to Cavs fans, bro.
That was sad. They kept calling him overrated. The crowd kept saying overrated.
Yeah, and I blame Cleveland for this BS because they woke up a demon, and honestly, this is all Cleveland's fault that we got Indiana in the freaking NBA Finals. Honestly,
yeah, that's actually it. Really is Cleveland's fault now.
And with that, we're gonna transition into the NBA Finals, man. It is officially we are on the final possible 7 games of the NBA season, man. It is. I hate Ant so much. Hold up, team light skin, and man, fuck the light skins, bro.
Yeah, sorry.
I know. Yeah, sorry. That's Tyrese Halliburton for Tyrese Halliburton, bro. It's not.
That's why you ain't saying nothing about the light skin killer. He was like, "Damn, I'm light skinned too. I gotta rep. I still gotta stay on my boy's side." You know what I mean? Like,
it's not your fault. It's just Halliburton, bro. But tonight we got Tyrese Halliburton versus Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. There was a wild terrorist joke to that, but I'm not going to say it because I seen on Twitter. It's funny. It's funny as hell, but I'm not going to say it. People in the chat, you probably seen what that terrorist joke is, but it's hilarious. There are those that are talking about this as the weakest NBA Finals in a long time.
Yeah, I'm
going to say this. I can see why people would say that because there are no true superstars in this. There's no notable names that the mainstream audience would know. Like there's no LeBron. These are no big franchises in and OKC and Indiana. Like they're not New York, they're not LA, they're not even Denver, who's become more notable famously because of Joker. They're not that. They're not Dallas. So it's two no names. Even though OKC has been to the finals, it's been damn near 10 years since we've seen OKC in the finals. Probably 15. 2012.
Yeah.
Shit, we've over about 15 years.
12 years.
12 years. About nearly 15. Shit. Yeah, it's like there's none of that. So I can see why people will be like, yo, this finals is boring. And it's also the hate because you don't like neither style of, but really just Shea Gilchrist's style of basketball, just going to the line, bro, nonstop, being the foul merchant that he is. But I say all that only to say it's still going to be a very good basketball. You got a very great defensive team in the OKC Thunder going up against one of the truly the best offensive team in basketball right now. So it is the classic matchup of offense versus defense. If I had to pick who's choosing, I'm going with the OKC Thunder because they just look like a well-oiled machine right now. Not to say Indiana can't make no noise. I want this to go 7. I'm hoping it goes 7. Obviously, both franchises are fighting for their first chip in franchise history, which is going to be historic for both of them.
Yes,
might be what was the last time we had both teams fighting for a title for the first time? It's been a long time since that. I want to say. I think
since
both teams. No team has won a. Well, the Pacers got a title, but it's like way back. It's like way back.
This might be the first time since 2006.
That was with Miami and
Dallas.
No, Miami Dallas 06.
Okay. Yeah, Miami Dallas.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to because remember, there's been teams. It hasn't been 2 teams. It's usually been
20 years.
One other team that just hasn't done it. Like the Raptors.
That's 20 years. But they went up against teams that played against. They went up against teams that already had banners. Like this is the first time neither team is really having NBA banner.
That's what I'm saying. So it's always been a one-sided game, like two teams that never won. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I'm not gonna say but the Indiana Pacers they won one, but that was way probably ABA days. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's why I figured it had to be ABA days.
So I called
it. He did. Brian did call that.
Trust me, he's been in my ear ever since we.
I don't want to talk about them no more. I don't even like talk. I don't want to talk about them for this final coverage. I don't even like doing this, bro. Gosh, but I got to because it's my obligation. But Shomer, Aiden, I'll pass it to you. What are y'all thoughts on today's game 1 finals? What do y'all expect? What are the keys to the game?
I'll go here.
Who needs to win it more?
So these teams
who sets the tone? Excuse me.
The way I look at this, these teams are not too similar, but they're a bit similar. They like to play fast.
Yes.
They can both go 10 guys deep on the bench.
Yes.
Pause. Sheesh, that was crazy.
Pause.
That was wow. They can both go
down
the line into their benches. That was wild. Sheesh. All right. They can both go down the line into the benches, go as far as they need to. Only issue is Pacers don't have a guy named SGA who's going to give you 31 points a night. That's their only issue. I got a stat for you. I don't know if you guys heard this or not. Over the last 4 games against the Pacers, when guarded by Lou Dort, Tyrese Halliburton has scored 8 points on 10 attempted field goals in 122 possessions. He has taken 10 shots on 122 possessions when he is guarded by Lou Dort. So one already, especially for how OKC plays at home, we already know I guess we can say easily the best home crowd in
best home crowd in the NBA.
Almost a college crowd.
I agree.
I'm not gonna lie, but it's really both teams throughout this entire playoffs. Both of their teams.
Well, OKC
OKC
I feel like has defended home court more than what I would say Indiana. Not to say they're bad. I just like OKC is like they get that energy from that OKC crowd, dog. It's different.
I can't. I'm not gonna discount them because they don't even sit down until they score the first bucket. So
that's crazy to me.
Like
that upsets me a little bit because guys, some of these games you're not scoring your first bucket until there's 8 minutes left in the first quarter. There's been a few games where it's been 2-2 with 7 minutes left but that's another topic though. But the only reason I think the Pacers, I don't think the Pacers are going to win the series, but I think they're going to be able to take it 6 games because them boys are gonna run. Now, there's two people that don't run. Chet and Isaiah Hartenstein.
They don't run.
Pascal loves to run. Chet is going to be guarding him. That'll be something that'll be interesting. Pascal, I would say confidently before probably March this year, Pascal was the best all-around player on the Pacers, offense and defense, both combined.
He did win the final conference finals MVP.
I'll probably say, respect-wise, I probably have to say Tyrese is probably the best player on the team now because of what he's been able to do leading them.
He's by far the best player.
He's by far the best player. Pascal, the question about Pascal was he's gonna be the true second option that he needed to be, and he became that true second option during that Knicks series. So
Pascal has no choice but to have 20 points a game when he has no choice. Like if the team has no choice if Pascal does not have 20 points, but there's also something else the Pacers don't do that's going to be an issue. Which is Matt Pascal and Miles Turner do not rebound.
They don't. They do
not rebound at all. I have been saying that forever, and people think I'm just hating on Miles Turner. I'm not hating on Miles Turner.
Dog, they don't.
Bro,
I was watching it.
Miles Turner gives you 8 rebounds. You need to start praying because if he gives you 8 rebounds, oh my gosh,
he's having a game. He's got a game.
Also, if I'm curious of how because I most like probably what Hartenstein going to be on Turner. Yeah. Is Hartenstein going to be able to follow Turner because Turner go like his mid line. Yeah, not only he like the middies and the 3-point line. That's where he's going to be at. So now, OKC has to rebound. Like if you rebound Indiana and control the fast break pacing for them, you going to be in good hands.
Naismith is going to guard SGA. Realistically, he can't do it though. Yeah, he's not big. He's not big enough.
Also, you just mentioned a great point in terms of pace. You got to understand. These teams are gonna run each other up and down throughout the entire series. They gonna run. They scored. They like one of the top 2 scoring teams. When that fatigue kicks in for that first team, that's who takes advantage.
Yeah,
like I expect both teams probably to hit 100 multiple times in this series. Another thing is, can the Indiana Pacers stay out of foul trouble because they have got to deal with SGA? And you already said Naismith is going to be on SGA. It's like, bro, whether you like him or not, and you've had him on the show, Chris. Y'all know my boy Chris hates SGA. He's a foul merchant.
Oh yeah,
he's a foul merchant. He's going
that's gonna fatigue SGA after a while because they're gonna throw so many bodies at him.
Oh yeah, that is something
that's a good point. That is an excellent point.
Start, but he won't finish. He will start on him, but he will not be. Nembhard will get some. Halliburton, but there's another issue here. Who's going to guard J-Dub?
I've been trying to figure that out this entire time. I'm not gonna lie. It's like that's I was talking to my friend about that yesterday.
I didn't think of that. I ain't figure out who's going.
They'll have no choice. But every screen's going to have to be switched. They'll have no choice because Halliburton and Nembhard, neither of them are going to be able to guard Jalen Williams. So but for me, I got OKC.
I mean,
you need Pascal and Chet because you're going to need coming into his own.
Shit, Tony Bradley better get his shit together. Come back. Like that's all.
Who is going to guard J-Dub?
Yeah.
I mean, but look, this is all right. So what's the start of the lineup that we have for Indiana? We have Tyrese at the 1. You probably have maybe Andrew Nembhard at the 2.
And
you got Smith at the 3.
Yeah,
Pascal at the 4.
And it'll be Turner at the 5.
Yep.
Right now, OKC. We already know who's the one. We got SGA. We got number
Dort.
2.
Dort.
Do we Dort or Caruso?
Dort.
They could Dort, but they could put Caruso in it. I feel like it wouldn't make it.
Caruso.
If they put it, don't matter. It could be Dort or Caruso. It wouldn't matter either way for homie.
Halliburton may average 15 assists this series, but I can't see him scoring more than 20 points. It's
it don't matter I'm gonna say for Halliburton, it don't matter because Alex Russo's one of the best guard defenders in the league, if not the best guard defender.
He was guarding Jokic.
Is the best guard.
He was guarding Jokic.
Blocked Jokic. Blocked him. Like I'm just saying, like it's crazy. Like he blocked him. So I mean, like
defensively, the math teacher even told me, shout out him, but he was like, I don't think because he watched ball, so he's like, I don't think Indiana wins a game this series. He thinks this is over in 4.
Ooh.
See, and that's the problem with every single team that faced Indiana going into these playoffs. They underestimated this team.
We're not but it's not that you're underestimating them. It's like I think Indiana. I would like 7 because I want to see 7-game series, and I think plus we haven't had a good 7-game series all season. I mean, all playoff seasons.
I think the only one we had was the Rockets.
Clippers Nuggets.
Oh, Clippers.
That was a good one.
Oh yeah, yes, you're right. That was the only one. You're right. That was the only one.
I think like Clippers won game 1, Nuggets won game 2. Clippers.
That was the best 7-game series. But I'm thinking like of the other previous 7 games.
I think that was the only one. Yeah.
That would I don't think we got them or they didn't live up. They went to 7, but they got their butts whooped.
Yeah, the play-in tournament was more interesting than. Like,
I'm trying to think. What, did anybody in the East go 7?
No.
Dang, I thought somebody in the East went 7.
Boston kicked out Orlando.
That was kind of 5, I think.
Forgot about that series.
Yeah, then
that was over 5 or 4. I know that was quick.
Cleveland washed Miami every single game that they played, whether if it's in Miami or
that was the death of Pat Riley right there. Time to go.
It was embarrassing, honestly.
Milwaukee, Indiana was the most entertaining series throughout that and New York, Detroit. So
New York, Detroit could have won 7. I'm glad it didn't, but that would have been your Clippers, Clippers Denver of the East Coast, the Knicks and Detroit, because they were going band for band in that series.
Oh my god, bro!
Like that was like some of the most entertaining basketball I've seen all playoff, honestly.
I'm glad during that. Just a quick side note. I'm glad Cade Cunningham has kind of came into his own now.
Oh,
he used to be just a shot chucker. Not that anymore. He's great.
He no longer look like Moses. He don't look like Moses. He wants to be in Detroit. And shout out JB Bickerstaff again. He's doing a hell of a job down there, bro. Detroit gonna be tough next year. Detroit gonna be tough next year, bro.
Gosh, he was definitely calling that basketball purgatory about a year ago. So
I was saying that's basketball purgatory right there.
He definitely was saying that's basketball purgatory about a year.
That's purgatory. Like hell is Washington.
It seems like the Hornets are now basketball purgatory.
Yes.
They
free LaMelo,
and they got the third pick again. So I don't
LaMelo, bro.
If they would have ended up with Cooper Flag, I would have been very upset because Cooper Flag would have been going there.
I'm upset that Dallas got Cooper Flag now. No, I'm not. No, hell no. I'm upset that Dallas got Cooper Flag.
Yeah, I wanted to see him in Washington. I wanted to see him in Utah. I wanted to see him.
Wait, you wanted to see him there?
Yes,
I wanted to see him. That's wow.
In Utah,
I wanted to see
do you know
there.
what would have happened if he went to Utah?
Okay, I can see Utah because all that. Damn. Yeah, but I did not want him in Charlotte or Washington D.C.
Hey, Utah would have been crazy.
No, I'm just saying, like if he went to Washington, come on, bro, you can't get more PR than that. Cooper Flag, Washington D.C., the American flag. You can't get no better than. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm more thinking of I want him to be able to succeed a little bit. And I don't think
he gonna succeede just fine
as a team. Him, sure, but as a team,
no. If you'd have went to Washington, he would have been just fine by himself. Now, it was like what Aiden says, a team with Dallas, with Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis, and Klay Thompson. Oh yeah, they'll be back in the playoffs real quick.
Kyrie also probably won't be back until like March next year. His ACL.
They can hold it down.
Yeah.
They can hold it down.
Right now.
They can hold it down.
It's only so much you can do out there in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? So,
but they got a window. They got a window to win. So they got a window to win.
For me, back to the finals, I got OKC at 6. Only chance Pacers have, Pascal has to score 20 every game they play. And Siakam's going to have to play pretty good defense as well, though. But he's going to be the key. If the Pacers end up somehow winning the series, Pascal Siakam will be the MVP. But, of course, I'll still say OKC in 6, SGA.
I'm going OKC 6. I would like OKC 7 again, just for 7 games. They're playing the best basketball out right now. Again, I get that people don't like SGA. He's a foul merchant and yada yada yada. He can't be stopped offensively right now, bro. Even with the foul, like he still get to the basket. He can still shoot. He can still play defend. He can still move off ball and with the ball. Like it's just create his own shot. Like it's just he's MVP. Like we already talked about it. He's truly the right now. SGA with this, does he enter? Well, we already know he's in superstar category, but where does he enter in terms of like top 5 status in the league? Is he in the top 5 status?
I'm not ready to go over that list.
Are we waiting?
I need a little bit of time to answer that one. But
wait, you talking about SGA or Tyrese Halliburton?
SGA. If he wins, does he like eclipse? Like, where do we put him in the top 5? Is he like number 1, number 2? Because people still got Joker 1. That's why
I can't answer that right now. Although, Joker
did not look. He did not have the best year. He did not have the best year. I will say that.
I don't know what happened with him from 3, but he was doing so well in the beginning of the year, and then that 3-point percentage, especially when they got into the playoffs, he was like 1 for 10 multiple games from 3.
From what people tell me, he had to keep playing. He had to carry Russell Westbrook.
The thing is about that question, Josh, is like he's not undeniably not the best player in the league.
That's what I'm saying. Because
like,
Joker, Tatum is still there.
You know what I mean?
Luka.
I want to say he's top 10, but he's not top 5.
Brian says no.
Okay, Brian. Okay.
Mo says he better. Mo said he better than Jason Tatum.
You sound like a hater right now. Yeah. That's what he really sounds like. I ain't gonna lie. He's not like
that's a hater. No, that is hate. That is hate. That is hate. No, I know that man personally. That is hate. That is hate.
Jason Tatum, Jason Tatum can get you 28, 12, and 8 assists.
He just play on a great team that we don't see it a lot. That's why.
Yes, that's true. That is true.
Like that's his.
SGA has been doing this for some time though. Now he's been like OKC was like the 10 seed 2 years ago. He was still getting to the free throw line. He wasn't averaging 30 points, but it was still above 26.
But I think because that he's been doing now that he has a bigger spotlight on him, people are watching him now. OKC getting more national televised.
It'll work like that always. Yeah.
We're not capping for Jason Tatum. We're not capping for Jason. I just say like he plays on a great team, but like take him off the Celtics, he can still give you 25, 28 a night.
Oh, no, I ain't gonna
like, that's just hate. Mo just a hater, bro. And I'm a Knicks fan saying that, bro. Like,
I know he a hater.
Jason Tatum was about to bring that team back in that game. What was that, game 4, game 5?
Game 4 when he was in New York.
Before he tore his Achilles.
He was on a freaking tear, but he was like I still saying on this day that we.
Brian said Jason Tatum. All right. So if Jason Tatum's not top 5, SGA is not top 5, then who are the top 5?
He's probably not.
Who's top 5? Right, Joker, Luka. Who's top 5?
Joker, Luka. No, I'm sorry. Joker, Giannis, Luka.
That's 3. Who's top 5?
I'm not putting Bron in there until next season. I'm not gonna lie.
Who's top? I mean, you just gave me 3 names. Who's top 5? Because is Tatum there by default?
Yes,
he might be.
That's 4. So that's where I'm like, is he 5? Then who's the 5th? Brown? I'm throwing out name Jaylen Brown. Mo says Ant.
I was gonna say.
Are we putting Anthony Edwards now? Are we putting Anthony Edwards now in the top 5?
No,
and it's top 10. And it's top 10.
I'm about to say I don't think he's top 5 yet. I think he's like in that 5 to 10 area. That's what I'm saying. I think
he gotta be 5, but it's. I had to really think about the players that you got to put in front of him. Like we already know, Giannis. Luka,
yes.
Joker. Those are 3 undeniable ones.
Everybody I have no issue putting SGA at 4 or 5 there. Yeah, I have no issue.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I think at this point he's top 5.
Yeah.
It's like who doesn't have a season like
KD's not. I don't think KD's in the top 5 anymore. I don't think Brunson is in the top 5. I don't think LeBron's in the top 5 unless he gets back fully healthy.
I'm not putting Bron in the top 5 right now because of how last season ended.
Yeah,
I can't just put him in
like there. Kawhi. Like, is he top 5 or
yeah?
I would love to say he's top 5, but we gotta wait next year for him to be like what he did this year.
And then it's like I want to put Joel Embiid in there too, but he's hurt.
I purposely didn't say him because he hasn't played.
That's the asterisk top 5 player right there.
Yeah. But it's like it's
Joel Embiid's the asterisk top 5 player because when even 70% he's a top 5 player. But again, he has to be at maximum 70%. If he's anything lower than that, he ain't top 5.
If Bron and I'm gonna be honest, it probably would have been Bron and Embiid.
Now Mo trolling regular season James Harden.
Okay, get out of here. He just saying some.
Yeah.
Now you just saying some BS. Now the Cooper Flag one, that was probably the funniest thing you said.
Yeah, for sure. Round 4 or 5 there for sure. Yeah.
I think HGA is a top 5 player.
Yo, I mean, all right. You know what? Giannis.
I don't know who else you replace him with. That's it.
That's what I'm saying. It's either you got to take Bron out. Let's be honest. He just wasn't.
Yo,
Bron was. We're putting it because of longevity.
How long has Bron been a top 5 player to you since?
I don't think Bron's been. I don't think he's been a top 5 player the past 2 years.
I was about to say that, Aiden. For the past 2 years, I don't feel like. Brian said, "What about Curry? Are we putting Curry still in the top 5?"
Yeah,
you probably because he can literally.
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, you could really do that if you.
So we take Tatum out and put, or we take SGA out. Now I gotta ask the hard part.
Ah, damn! But then you do got. But it's like when you do take away Jason Tatum as a champion.
It's like the thing with Jason Tatum is he plays on such a great team that he does he could do the bare minimum and them motherfuckers will get 50 wins, 60 wins.
You know what? I'm gonna put Tatum back in there. I'm gonna put Tatum in there because due to the fact if we put Tatum on a whole nother team and he's doing the same thing, we would definitely not. He can't be top 5 at that point. We put him on Miami, he's definitely top 5. You put him in Atlanta, he's top 5. If you
put him in Miami, yeah, he will be a top 5 player. Individual stat, his stats will make him top 5.
That's what I'm saying.
If you put him on a different team, it's just he plays on such a dominant. He plays on a super team, bro. He plays on a super team.
It's not like he can't get those same numbers outside of not being on the super team. So that's why I'm like,
some would say this is kind of the last of the super team too, because once we already know they're going to be different next year. But
yes,
like we've seen, besides the Warriors, of course, super teams really haven't worked.
Well, I think Phoenix was the final straw for the super team era, in my opinion.
Oh my gosh,
that was the final straw. When we saw 3 ISO players decide to link up and say, "Hey, we going to championship." Yeah, hell no.
I don't think we'll ever get 3 stars like that on one.
I think unless it's developmental stars, like they've growing together, we'll get that still. If it's 3 superstar over there, superstar over there, superstar over there, hell no, we're not getting that no more, bro. The manager's not having that. They're not having it. It's done.
Going back to the duo era, because remember, we shortly right after, everybody's just happened to be in a duo all of a sudden.
I don't even think it's the duo era. I think it's more so making the right trades, making getting the right pieces to fit the system. I think we're now in the system era.
OKC, great example of that.
OKC is the perfect example of that. Indiana is the perfect example of that. If the Knicks would have got past Indiana, they would have been the perfect example of that. Making trades and getting players to fit your system. Like Anthony Edwards and crew would have been an example of that. They trade for Julius Randle. He comes in, they get back to that's more so than anything, but it fits the system.
At first, it took a minute for him to fit the system as well, too. So I'm just saying.
But hey, you can always count on Julius B. Oh, hold up. Most call me directly. Hold up.
Oh my gosh. Here we go.
Yo, you're live. What's up?
Shout out, Mo. What's going on, Mo?
Like, go ahead, talk. Y'all
irritated me right now. Jason Tatum's a top 5 player.
He's top 10 for sure.
Yeah, top 10. I put him in the 5. I ain't gonna lie, gang. I put him in the 5.
He's top 10 for sure, and then you can do some digging.
Bro, you do come from a place of hate when it comes to Jason Tatum in defense.
I don't hate him. He just isn't a top 5
player. What makes him not a top 5 player, Mo?
Ask Steve Kerr.
He said,
"Nah, that's crazy."
All right, in his defense, he did make see something that we didn't see.
I'm not asking a guy that didn't want to play one of his best young players in the NBA series. No,
all right. Shomer said he's not asking a dude that didn't want to play one of his best young players.
No, you're not gonna play Jonathan Kuminga, but you'll play him any other time during the season.
He said, like, he got a point. Jonathan Kuminga, you didn't play Jonathan Kuminga, bro. Like
what do you?
I was looking at some of the things about what he said about Kuminga, though, and like some of the reasonings. I definitely saw why some of those times he was.
I see it. I saw it too. And then I saw the dude who could potentially be a top 5 player nearly bring his team back against the Knicks in the playoff before he tore his Achilles.
Yeah,
because bro, if y'all, I think that was game 5 or 4. If you go back, it was 4. No, it was 4. If you go back and watch game 4, Jason Tatum kept them jokers in the game, bro, by himself. Hitting every shot.
Even if he did, I still believe he would have won the game, but he was single-handedly bringing them back himself. 42 points. They couldn't guard him. It didn't matter who you put on him.
He would have had.
Mikal was literally throwing his arms up every time the man scored on him.
He a superstar, allegedly. He said
he was
yeah, bro. If you wanted to be on the show, you could have just asked to send you an invite. I would have sent you a link.
We would have just brought you on, Mo. But
I'll be on some other point. I'm gonna hang up though.
All right.
We'll get you on next Thursday, bro. We'll get you on next Thursday because you were saying some blasphemy right now.
Make yourself available next Thursday.
He's like, we'll see.
But yeah, the top 5 conversation is interesting now. Like, do you put Curry back in? Because you can't put Curry back in, but you got to take out SG or Tatum. Like, who do you take out? So, yeah, it's interesting. It's gonna be curious how that's going.
I'm just saying, bro. Like,
but Dorn, we diverted. Back to the game 1. Yo, Chuma, who's your pick to win this? We could wrap it up.
I honestly want to pick. Okay, all right. I gotta do this again. The fan in me wants Indiana to win. The basketball enthusiast in me
wants Indiana to win.
Me being a fan of the fan in me wants Indiana to win. The fan just being a fan of basketball, right? The basketball enthusiast in me says OKC in 6. Because this is also, remember, this is 2 deep teams are going. These are 2 teams that are very similar going against each other in so many aspects, so many different aspects. One got at least a defensive stopper on each of their team that can make a difference in the series. They both running up and down the court like it's nothing. Yes, we got a slow Chet and Isaiah, but you bring in Case and Wallace, he can run. You bring in the other Jalen Williams, that's not J-Dub, he can run. You know what I'm saying? Like they got so many other different players that can do that. Offensively, we already know they have 2 juggernauts at point guard in Tyrese Halliburton and then SGA. It's so many of the similar factors that it's like, yo, who do I really pick? But at the end of the day, when you look at what's been going on, the trends and of all this stuff, like I said, basketball says OKC because of how dominant they've been in the playoffs. The fan in me really wants the Pacers to win due to the circumstances that it could do for the team if they win. You know what I mean? Miles Turner makes sense for him being in Indiana for that long. Yeah, Tyrese Halliburton, that overrated stuff does not matter to him anymore. You're a champion. Overrated cannot be in the same sentence anymore.
Overrated shouldn't have been in that sentence, in my opinion. I think just the league don't like him. That's it. But go on.
I don't know why the league don't like him.
Because
honestly, I don't understand why.
Because he's a light-skinned snow bunny.
I think they took a little bit of the him not playing on the Olympics team, but still being on the Olympics team, that added a little bit, because that poll
was supposed to be Jaylen Brown's spot originally. That was supposed to be Jaylen Brown's spot, and he took it because the Olympics don't mess with Jaylen Brown. That's why. Or Jaylen Brown said something about it.
The committee didn't mess with Jaylen Brown, basically.
Yeah, thank you. I knew it had something to do with Jaylen Brown. I just couldn't remember it was committee I didn't mess with, or he said something that pissed him off.
I think it was a little bit of both, because they still didn't like
Kyrie.
Yeah, same thing. Politically, they didn't want him out there.
Yeah,
politically, but and that's allegedly.
I do also have some news from NBA Central. Not Centel, Central.
I blocked Centel. I blocked.
Yeah, I keep it on just for some good laughs. But I always gotta make sure I see TEL instead of Central. Phoenix Suns have zero interest in acquiring Karl Anthony Towns in a potential Kevin Durant trade per what's homie name? John Gabadora.
ESPN or Fox?
Hang on. Long time. Sports radios, Arizona Sports 98. I don't know if it's ESPN. It might be an ESPN radio 98.7.
Like
Phoenix
ESPN affiliate. Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want a big? All right. I mean, sure.
It's Phoenix. We don't know what the hell's going on down there. They don't want Bradley Beal back. They say take
that. Well. I don't know how that's going to work though, because like he's still under contract and all that stuff.
And a no trade clause at that.
I forgot about that. Yeah,
dog. I don't. It's Phoenix is a mess. It's a huge mess.
Yeah, I'm glad they just hired a younger head coach instead of a guy that's just going to be fired in 2 years. Hopefully, they'll actually allow this guy to work with the draft, work with the G League team they have down there, bring some guys up. But
I still think the Coach Bud hiring was still stupid to begin with when it first came out. But
it was.
I didn't like it.
How the hell are you gonna let the man go for like personal issues in Milwaukee and then hire him 2 years? Like, what the like, nah, I just can't. That just shout out Glenn Rivers though. You know what I
mean? I saw this the other day.
There's a reason
Rivers and Rick
we don't call him Doc. We don't call him Doc.
Oh yeah, we don't call him Doc on this show. He's forever as Glenn. He's Glenn now.
Doctor
Glenn and Rick Carlisle, they're like the last 2 coaches that have actually been around for some time. Like everybody else.
Steve Kerr?
Okay, yeah.
Steve Kerr, because I know where you were going with that. Like, Steve Kerr is like the last 3.
These guys, I know you can even leave Rick Kerr out, because these guys have been in the NBA before 2010 and stuff.
So, I said coaching before, because remember Steve Kerr was a broadcaster beforehand.
Yeah, they're the last two. Everybody else, and then Steve Kerr's probably next after that. But with Popovich retiring, Ty Lue
is like fairly one of the new that just happened to be in the new era of coaching.
He's one of the longer tenured new era coaches.
Yeah,
he's one of the newer, longer tenured era of new coaches because Ty Lue been coaching since like 2016, bro.
After Ty Lue, would probably go to Thibs, honestly, because he's been around a little bit.
Oh yeah, Thibs. Yeah,
but he be in and out. That's the thing.
He's also probably not getting hired by another team.
If he gets hired, he coming in as an assistant coach. I would say that he'll be an assistant because a lot of people say. So one of my mutuals thought like Thibs in LA would make sense. Like with the Lakers, they can help.
I hope his ego can take that though, because like
I don't remember Thibs as a TV guy as much. I know he did TV for a little bit after his tenure with the Wolves.
He did 3
TV.
days.
Yeah,
I can't imagine him doing TV.
He did. Rachel Nichols had the show.
After the Wolves,
have a personality at all for TV.
Like at this thing, I see more assistant in his future. Like if you give him a head coaching spot, it has to be with a young developmental team. It can't be with a team that's ready to win because again, his style doesn't work. His style does not work. It is what it is.
He's like Kenny Atkinson, bro. He's like a great developmental coach, but
like maybe you could put him on Chicago, see what he could do. Maybe send him back home.
Oh hell no, not another Chicago stink. No,
I'm just throwing it out. I'm just throwing it out there, bro.
Chicago doesn't have too much going on for him for the next.
Send him to damn Charlotte. Get some discipline.
Charlotte?
No. He's not going to get disciplined down in Charlotte. They're going to let him do whatever he wants.
He will get.
They let LaMelo do whatever he wants down there.
He ain't going to do the discipline. He will get disciplined, bro. That's the opposite. I think assistant LA Lakers could definitely be in Thibs' future, or assistant is just somewhere else. But yeah, it's unfortunate because I think Thibs is a very good coach, not a great coach in my opinion, just a very good coach. But it's just unfortunate end. Like he did get back to the Eastern Conference Finals. He just got out coached by Rick Carlisle. It is what it's just unfortunate.
Fucking folded. That's what happened.
Yo, Rick Carlisle was coaching circles on him. But we're going about wrap it up, man. Aiden, appreciate you for pulling up, man. I told you I was gonna get you on here. Took some time with scheduling, but we got here eventually. Next week we'll try to have Mo back on. I think by the time Thursday run around, we'll probably be in game 5, game 6. So hopefully it'll be stretched that long. Pause. Oh yeah, that was kind of crazy, bro. Shout out to the chat, man. Y'all had the chat up today, man. Chat was lively. I think we had maybe maximum 12 viewers watching. Appreciate everybody that pulled up, whether it be just be lurking, whether it just be having it or engaging. We appreciate y'all. Shout out Trap House Gamers, Cam, Brian, my boy Mo, Ian, did I say Brian all right? I did say Brian. Yep, that's about pretty much it in the chat. Appreciate y'all having it lively, keeping it active. We definitely love that.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share it to your friends. Share it to your family.
Yes.
Shout out to the other 40 people that also watch after this recording goes up. Shout out to you guys.
Yes. Yeah, appreciate you. Aiden. Oh, you want to wrap it up, or you want me to send it to Aiden to tell people where they can find them? Aiden, don't dox yourself, but tell people where you can find them.
Yeah, like I say, like
I'm pretty active now on Twitter. You can find me. I am _11. If you guys do, because we were talking before, you're thinking about football. You know where I'm at, man. I'm in Iowa. There's not too much for me to really be doing out here. So,
we're gonna definitely need you for the college football scene too, because I remember you was definitely heavy on college football.
I've actually started to pick up a lot of traction on that. Actually,
really?
It's been I'm glad about that because that's my number one sport. College football is my big thing. Yeah.
All right, bet. So we definitely gonna get you in here during August, September. Definitely September.
We definitely gonna be doing some ATB for football. That'll be our first attempt at it. So hopefully it'll go well. Man. Yo, I think that'll be about it. Definitely appreciate Aiden for pulling up, man. Family to us.
Yes, sir. Always family.
Like co-creator of And One Podcast, man. Help run the show with me and Shomer. I took over after Shomer left. All love. He's doing great things out there in the Midwest. Might be seeing him in the NBA one day as an official. So
hey, man, I'm still on that grind. Although I probably wouldn't, if I had the option, I probably wouldn't do NBA. I'd probably stop at the college level.
Okay.
And I know, and look, I don't blame you at the college level because you still making that money. You know what I mean?
Making that money. They still gonna be mad at you. They still gonna be mad at you about them parlays, though.
When it comes to like just like little mechanics and things, the NBA is so much different than the rest of the world's basketball.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit too much, but I'm still on that grind as well, though, doing the reffing as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's
So
up, man.
if you have to see my boy Aiden at your local, you have to see my boy Aiden at your local game, your AAU runs, your summer leagues. Just know.
I am out there playing around.
You don't get teched up. It's over.
You're gonna get teched up. Watch what you say to me.
My boy is very lenient until you fit some bullshit.
But man, Aiden, we appreciate you, man. We appreciate the chat, man. It's been your boy ATB Josh, ATB Shom. Y'all make sure y'all follow us on our socials on Instagram and Twitter. Definitely run this episode back if you liked it very much. Make sure y'all leave that like. I will be out. We are out of here, man. We about to wrap it up. Again, y'all have a great night. Enjoy game 1 of the NBA Finals. We will see y'all next week for, I think by that time, it'll be game 5, game 4, probably even game 6. I don't know the schedule right now when it comes to NBA Finals. I just know
game 7.
Hopefully we get 7. Y'all hopefully go 7. But man, it's been a wondrous basketball season. So let's hope these final 4 or 7 games, we enjoyed the hell out of them and see some great basketball. But it's been your boy ATB Josh, ATB Shom with special guest Aiden, and we are out of here.